What's up guys, it's Sean and today we're going to check out M Terra in Puchong. Let's go! Hey guys, we are standing right in front of the site right now, so you can see all the hoardings and it's right next to traffic light junction. We can see Hilton Garden Inn, but let's go to the sales gallery first. We are now standing right in front of PFCC and Sheraton 4 Points Hotel. We are now in Bandar Puteri actually, which is the main commercial area for the entire Puchong. So it's either Bandar Puteri or Puchong Jaya. So these are the two stretch of commercial areas where all the locals hang out all the time, and you can see here car park is always insufficient. Anyway, we are standing right in front of the sales gallery. Let's go check it out. First of all, let's get our coordinates right. So this will be LDP. This is Taman Puchong Perdana, and this will be the location of the site M Terra. This is really like a junction away from the Puchong that most of us know, which is Bandar Puteri. And Puchong has been a very developed, a very matured location all this while. That's why you can see in proximity, right? The amount of amenities are just insane. You will have all the schools, all the shopping malls. In terms of commercial, then you will have the IOI mall, of course. Then you have commercial areas like Puchong Jaya and Bandar Puteri, as mentioned just now. Or you can always head on to Subang Jaya or Sunway. But what's the address that's coming up also will be Bukit Jalil. So this is just one road away. In terms of connectivity to the LRT, right, the site is actually located in between two main stations. One will be Puchong Prima Station and one will be Puchong Perdana Station. And this is connected to the transit at Putra Heights, which brings you over to Taipan if you need to. Or it can even bring you through the entire Puchong, connecting to Bukit Jalil. Anyway, this will be the project that we're going to check out today. Total 999 units spread across 3.7 acres. It's a commercial piece of land, but it's under the HDA titles. All your SPA is still checked by the government, so that's great. And this will be the main entrance coming from Puchong Prima itself. This will be the main entrance, as this will be the land for future development. So when you go in straight away at the ground floor, that will be your main lobby. And immediately next to the entrance, you will have this luxurious recreational park in front. So this indirectly will give a very nice welcome feel to all residents, especially if you are just waiting around the lobby, right? And within that park itself, it consists of a tennis court, also organic sittings, pavilions, fairy lights to somewhat form that play area for kids. And it will actually be filled with butterfly sculptures like this. Based on their perspective, this is how it will look like at night. Pretty cool. So the entire feeling coming back home is just delightful. Then after you make a turn here for residents, when you park within the car park itself, so it consists of 7 stories of car park and is connected via express ramps. From ground floor, it straight away brings you to level 4. Then level 4 brings you directly up to level 7. So even if you park at level 7, you will only need to go through the ramp twice. Okay, so that will save a lot of headache, also a lot of mileage from your car. And what's cool about this arrangement is that they jammed the elevated car park structure into the residential tower itself. This gives opportunity for somewhat that landed car park feeling, where when you park at level 4 to level 7, right, your car park is actually allocated right in front of your unit. Let me explain. So this will be level 4 to level 7, because ground floor will be all the facilities and grand lobbies, right? If your unit is within level 4 to level 7, your car parks will be allocated right in front of your unit. So that's going to be very, very cool. And something about the tower is that both towers are actually interconnected, which means in total there will be 29 units all together, which includes the Rumah Mampu Milik by the government as well. All units shares 8 numbers of lift spread across 2 lift courses. So imagine if this is the level 7 car park area, right? You can actually access here even though your unit is located around this area. So you can actually access both lobbies, which is going to be very convenient. And in this setting as well, whenever there's a breakdown of one lift core, you always have the other one as a backup. So that's pretty cool. And this is actually level 8 itself, where it's connected to the Octave, which is what they call their facility stack. In first glance, it looks really cool. Where in total, they are actually providing 61,000 square feet for the total facilities deck. That is massive, and on top of that, that does not include the garden at ground floor just now. So the ground floor itself, they call the Central Park, is actually 12,000 square feet. Of course, when you have such a beautiful facility deck, right, then garden homes make sense, where they will all be located at the fringe right next to this amazing facility deck. So within the scale model, you can see that the greeneries would be very, very lush. Organic lines within the circulation pathways. Here you will have the 50 meters Olympic lap pool. Then you have an elevated gym room on this side. You also have the badminton court, also multi-purpose hall. This will be the kids play area. So generally within the center part will be all the active areas. On the side here then will be the more relaxed spaces where you have the garden to actually let people chill a little bit, wind down after work. Anyway, this is a 2-story structure at the facility deck, and the upper floor you will have the games room. And what's cool is they have this dedicated kids play area. So this is something that they have been reflecting within their design a lot. As I remember in M Centura previously, they are degrees to their facilities design, which means they are swimming pool for kids 6 to 9 years old. There are also facilities for toddlers from 1 year to 3 years old. So the age group will actually have different requirement in terms of design, and they actually provided accordingly. Besides that, the necessary things like EV charging is also available, co-working space is also available, just like other modern buildings. These are actually provided. Oh yeah, this is also Green RE certified, if that is something very important to you. And for the typology of the tower, this is north, this is south. So most of the units are north-south oriented. Only part of this is actually the rumah mampu milik, which will kind of suffer the evening sun a little bit. And for unit types, there are generally 3 types, well 4. First of all will be type A, which is the rumah mampu milik, 550 square feet, 2-bedroom unit. But there's a criteria for you to qualify for this purchase. Next will be type B, which is 775 square feet, also a 2-bedroom unit. But the unit that we're going to check out today will be this type C, 1023 square feet, 3+1 bedroom, 2 bathroom. Coming in, this will be the foyer, and tucked at the side will be the kitchen already. And then you have a yard space that's pretty extensive in relation to the unit. Going in, this will be the dining, the living, then the balcony, and you have an aircon latch at the side as well. So here it specifies that it's a 8 feet height and a 10 feet width sliding door. Technically, the market norm is around 7 feet, so they're actually providing more. And in first glance, the 3-bedroom, right, you can see it's all sharing the facade line. So it means all bedroom will get proper views, daylighting, and ventilation. Because conventionally, there will be one attached to the void space, so the unit will be shorter and they get to pack more units per row. But this round, they do it differently. I like it. Here will be a study room. This is then the +1, where it can be a workspace or a playroom or for your kids or whatsoever. Common shared bathroom. And all bedrooms here, you can see they can perfectly fit in a queen size bed. And all units are actually partially furnished, and they specified everything. So all are highlighted within the floor plan itself. Very nice. So coming in from the corridor, this will be the foyer space, and there will be a level of 100 mm. So when you step up, right, this will be the provision for shoe cabinet. And this is an entrance door that is 1 meters in width. So in terms of clearance, you will have around 970 mm around there. Tucked at the side, then you will have the kitchen connected to yard space, and this will be the dining, living, balcony. So within the kitchen itself, the width from wall to wall, right, is 2.35 meters. That's nice. And here you have your island, and this is part of the ID treatment, and this will be the location of the fridge. And I like that it's well thought through for the location of the fridge. Here then you have the kitchen top, bottom and top cabinet, hood and hob, all provided by the developer. And they say that it's going to be similar, which includes the backsplash, the plug points, the number of burners. But if this is the spec they are providing, right, I like that this is actually top covered, so you can actually clean the top very easily, and the basin is deep enough, so this is nice. And I like the distance from the basin away to the cooking area. So this will be what we call the workstation. But after you take out your ingredients from the fridge, you wash at the basin, right? Then you place here to actually dice and cut them before you put them into the wok or whatsoever. Even now, you will have a lot of gadgets within the kitchen itself. You will have your Thermomix lah, your rice cooker lah, your blender lah, right? So I think this is very nice. And to further save space, they are providing this dish rack here, and this will be the drip tray provided. So whenever you wash your plates and bowls already, you can just place them here and you can just cover them. This drastically saves a lot of space because conventionally we either put on top, but it's always too short here. Then we put at the side here. It takes a lot of space. Moving on, this will then be the yard space separated by a door, and I like how big this yard space is. So it's 1.6 by 2.3 meters, and that's very luxurious for a yard space where you can actually accommodate a separate washer, a separate dryer all together. Not only that, you can squeeze in another wet kitchen here, where somewhat like an extension of the dry kitchen over here. You can do your tai chow because here will be open ventilated. But something to just point out here, please always check with the salesperson regarding the specifications of things provided, because these are like packages and they will change in accordance to time. Sometimes they will provide more, we also don't know, right? Coming out then, here will be the dining connecting to the living, then the balcony. So the wall-to-wall width here is around 3.1 meters. The ceiling height is around 2.9. And for this leasehold project, currently the selling price is around 600,000. But it differs which orientation and which floor that you are picking, whether is it a garden unit or not. So it averages about 580 to 620 per square feet. Part of the unique selling point will be this extensive glass sliding door where they extend all the way to really maximize the facade fully. 8 feet to 10 feet width. And when we go out to the balcony, then this will be the view that you get if you're facing the facilities lah. So the length of the balcony, it's just like the wall-to-wall distance, 3 meters, and the width is 850 mm. They are providing steel handrail. This will be the position of the aircon latch. So you can see that the sliding door extends all the way. That's going to be very bright for the living space here, which is always good. Moving on, this is the corridor space going in. Well, technically it should be a corridor, and I like how clever this move is. The width here is 1.05 meters going in. And why this design move here is very smart is because this is somewhat a move that minimizes the negative space of an apartment. When you look into apartment layouts, right, always the internal part that is away from the facade line, we always take that as the back of house. We always take that as somewhat like the negative space. So always the room that's attached to the void, right, is always that not so preferred room. Even the room rental for that unit is always lower if you were to rent it out. Just because it's dark, the ventilation will be lacking, although there's windows lah. Therefore, this design move here, which eliminates that third bedroom, also it addresses the claustrophobic feeling going through a corridor. That's the beautiful part about this layout. All bedrooms gets to share the facade line. So this space here can be a reading lounge, can be a workspace, can be a children's play area. You can partition it up with a curtain or with a glass sliding door or whatsoever. Entirely up to you. But I really enjoy the open feeling going through this space, and they still preserve the window to the void. Connected to the space, this will be the first bedroom. So the room size is around 2.5 by 3.3 meters. In accordance to the floor plan just now, all bedrooms will be able to fit a queen size bed, but this one, they kind of did the ID based on their target audience of young families. That's why within the facilities deck also you will see a lot of emphasis on nature element, on play area, children facilities and things like that. And this will be the window tucked at the side. Then you will have laminated timber flooring, you will have the aircon. Moving on, then this will be the common shared bathroom here, and here you will have the basin and WC, a window that is frosted for privacy, full height wall tiles, your shower, and a compartment for you to put your stuff. Moving opposite, then this will be the second bedroom, where the difference for this room compared to the one previously will be the size of the window. So the size of the space is 2.4 by 3.4 meters. Here then is a demonstration of it being a bedroom, queen size bed here, sufficient space for bedside table, circulation space still along with the wardrobe. Aircon there. Last but not least, we are now going into the principal bedroom. Whoa. So So the wall-to-wall width here is almost the same like the living space, around 3 meters wide, and the depth of it is approximately 4.7 meters. So here you have a king-size bed, and the developers are providing this cabinet here. And you can see it's directly up to the ceiling top, and this will be the finishes lah. Okay, so after the cabinet here, you have bedside tables. After putting in a king-size bed, you still have a lot of circulation space. And just look at the window scale. Okay, so it's going to be extended all the way here. It also comes with an ensuite bathroom. Here you have the basin WC, pretty similar with the one outside. Full height wall tiles, a frosted window, shower, and a compartment. And just in case you have a lot of questions about the materials provided within the finishes, they are all spelled out within the brochure itself. So for the cabinets, mainly it's melamine board. For the countertop is quartz stone. Then you will have the built-in hood and hob, 2-burner dish rack, soft closing. Wow, that one expensive. Aircon, full height built-in wardrobe for master bedroom only. And they even have all the materials laid out nicely. Then this will be the tempered heat soak glass for the window panel. And now we are at the site of M Terra, and I'm very familiar with this location because my very first investment property is just around the corner, leveraging on the LRT station, leveraging on the existing population and matured amenities surrounding this address, also the lake. But something to take note, because I don't know whether you can see, at the far end, that's actually Hilton Hotel. And M Terra, it's the site situated adjacent to it. So there's still a lot of developable land around the area, and I must say the canvas is huge. So when you're picking units, right, please do take note on that, because whatever lake view that you're expected to have may not be forever, may not be permanent, because there's still a lot of space here. And something about Puchong Perdana site, if you go around the area, it's rather old. You can see all single-story houses. You can see a lot of community elements like schools, like mosques, like gerai-gerai at tepi jalan. It has been a while since development take place around this area. And surrounding the site, you will have all the industrial areas. And now let's go check out the Puchong Perdana's LRT station, because from M Terra itself, they are going to provide shuttle services to the LRT station every day. So that's going to add convenience to the residents. In a very short distance, then we are now in Puchong Perdana. And you can see the entire surrounding. You have the commercial lots, several rows of them, but it's mainly surrounded by all the landed houses around here lah, and a lot of gerai-gerai very happening. Here you have the car shops, the kedai bajak, clinic, convenience store, fast food, F&Bs. Apparently this old building here is actually called Complex Puchong Perdana. Based on the estimation of distance and the car drive just now, if you're going to take the shuttle from the building over to the train station, it's going to take less than 5 minutes for you to reach. And the station here is actually right next to the complex, right next to all the shop lots lah. So it's going to be pretty convenient once you come out from the train station. But please bear in mind that this is closer to the Subang, Sunway, Putra Heights side of things. Of course, Bukit Jalil. If you're going to take the train right over to TRX, then it's convenient, but there will be several transit and it's going to take a lot of time too. And now what you can see is the Puchong Perdana station, and here comes the train. Looking at the car park, it's full. A lot of action that's going on around the area. And I guess that's all for the episode. It's now time for Sean's take 3 on 3. So for the 3 things I like, number 1 will be the facilities design. Particularly will be the lifestyle that comes with it due to its landscape design treatments. In total, the facility deck itself is 61,000 square feet and the green area is 12,000 square feet. So you just think about it, right? How much space they have allocated just for facilities and lifestyle elements for all the family. Because ultimately when you buy a property, right, it's going to be beyond number of rooms, beyond build up. And we have visited a lot of their past projects like M Vertica, M Arisa. by the way, all have superb scoring in QLASIK. QLASIK is this standard of building adopted by Malaysia. But for the facility side of things, it's going to be very conducive, especially for families, which is their main target audience, by the way. The second thing will be the design elements within the project itself. So first of all, the placement of the landscape area right in front of the entrance. So when you are at the entrance lobby, you will look at it, right? Oh, the horizon is just extended all the way, and that itself is already very sizable, and it's designed along with butterfly sculpture, along with their terrace inspired design, and etc. Right? Then when you go up, you have the express ramp, which is the speed ramp that cuts across separate layers just to go up to your car park itself. Then from level 4 to level 7, you will have the facility to actually park right in front of your unit itself, so that's very awesome. It's almost like the landed experience. Then I like that they attach two towers together, where both towers can share their lift lobbies. In total 8 lift all together for 20 over units. If you were to just split them up, right, you will have these requirements of minimum distance between towers to comply with. That will waste a lot of canvas space. Within the unit, I like that all bedrooms will have access to the facade wall. Within this arrangement, especially the 3+1 bedroom unit, it eliminates the spaces that we always consider negative, which is that bedroom attached to the void area. Nobody wants to live in that room all the time, but when you make this little twitch, suddenly it's very comfortable, and it also eliminates the claustrophobic feeling when you go into a tight corridor. This one, very nice. The last part will be this very peculiar decision of developing this address. Although it's Puchong, right, but across Puchong there are like 6 different stations altogether. So Puchong is actually very, very big. But Puchong Perdana has always been this mature area, but it has been left unnoticed for a while. But if you look into the site, right, there are not 1 but 2 LRT stations that is very close to site. You have that amazing lake view, the surrounding amenities in terms of school or commercial area, prayers area. This location is extremely convenient if your workplace is around Bukit Jalil, around Bandar Sunway, around Subang, around Putra Heights, around Cyberjaya area. Because in terms of connectivity, this is very connected to highways, just that I'm not too sure about the congestion part. I do like the decision of the developer to provide shuttle services to the nearest LRT station here. So that kind of changed the entire game altogether, because now if I were to work in Sunway, I need not to necessarily stay in Sunway, because within train I can reach. If I were to work in IOI Mall, this is very close. Puchong Jaya, very close. Even Bukit Jalil, if I were to work in Bukit Jalil, this is also very close. So for the 3 things I don't like, number 1 will be the micro site elements. So Puchong Perdana that's left untouched for a very, very long time. The latest development I think will be the Hilton Garden Inn building next to the site itself. When you look into the site between Puchong Prima and Puchong Perdana, it has always been affordable housing or for community building for the rakyat. Therefore, the buildings around this area are a little bit older. But all these are going to change after the completion of the brand new LRT stations. So now you can see a lot of brand new development and see a lot of new clearance of land. It means new developments are all coming in, because ultimately there's a gap between prices. You go into Bandar Putri Puchong site, right, the brand new projects per square feet is around 850 to 900 per square feet. But this Puchong Perdana site, that's going to be around 580 to 600 per square feet only. Part of the site also will be the empty lands around the project currently. So definitely when this big developer goes into site, right, it will strike up a lot of interest within the industry. So that's almost guaranteed there's going to be brand new developments around the project itself in the future. Just don't know whether is it by the same developer or by others. So please do take note, especially when you pick the orientation of your unit. Don't think that the lake view is going to be forever, yeah? Then the second concern I have for the project will be the scale and density of the project. So if you look into the surrounding project, this is going to be one of the highest density projects around the area. But if you look into the floor plan in detail, 20 over units spread across the floor plate, sharing 2 lift cores, 8 lift in total, right? It's not as bad, just that in first glance it looks like one building altogether. In this arrangement format, they are able to be a bit more competitive in terms of pricing. Therefore, they resolve into this design. So the third thing I don't like will be the main concern that every mature address will have, which is traffic congestion. Although this location is really connected to LDP and other main highways, right, and addresses, it doesn't necessarily reflect in the time. because of the traffic congestion. But this applies to any other mature addresses as well. So just do take note on it because it can get really dramatic during peak hours lah. And I guess that's all for this episode. Shout out to the team for having me. It's good to have brand new development around my first investment property. Finally, after waiting for so long. And if you really like this episode, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Ciao!